Welcome to Black Mesa on free-to-play channel. Listen, this series is gonna be devoted to talking about remakes, cause this is a remake and it's been in the making. And also I've been playing Halo, so I wanna talk about that as well. And there is shit to talk about, both Halos and this game. I'm gonna start with immediately complaining about controls, because we're gonna have a card section where we're not really doing anything. And I guess we'll take it from there. So in a moment we'll be in the game, and we're doing it under the guise of Gordon losing his consciousness at the end of Half-Life 2, which I played for you, of course, lately. And in his unconscious stupor, he'll be going through the memories of his time at Black Mesa in Half-Life 1. Also, we're doing this because I finally finished the fucking essentially legal battles against the corporations with my prototype playthrough, so I'm in the clear there and I don't have to worry about that. So we're gonna go in, starting the campaign anew and on the normal difficulty, I'm pretty sure. Black Mesa Inbound, Chapter 1. Start the game. And we're off. Also, I obviously have no script, so I'm just gonna be going until I get tired, so I don't know how I'm gonna cut up the episodes and what length will they be at the beginning, and the cut might be abrupt, so I don't know how would that work, but I'll sit and I'll talk, because I've got a head full of fuck.
For the security and convenience of the Black Mesa Research Facility personnel. The time is 8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees, with an estimated high of 105.
So immediately we've got plans of getting high. Very nice. Anyway, we're starting off, and the game is obviously a remake of the Half-Life 1 game, which is, again, was revolutionary at its time, because not every character you met in the game was to be killed. Even more, some of them were to be helped so that they can help you by triggering shit here and there. Essentially, they were required NPCs for you to progress. They were like keys, only in human forms, because, after all, what are people if not tools to be used? And I'm quick to inform you that the game has already crashed multiple times, right at this loading screen, because it did. I mean, I don't know why. I guess this game needs to be run in administrative privileges or in administrative mode, because only that fixed it. Even I couldn't have saved the game. I couldn't save the game. I couldn't delete an old save from like an additional thing the game has.
Is a high security area beyond Sector C. You will need to return to the central transit hub in...
Hey, did you know we're building missiles in Black Mesa? Possibly intercontinental ballistic missiles with nuclear payload? Possibly.
To the retinal clearance system, you must report to Black Mesa personnel for processing before you will be permitted into the high security branch of the transit system.
This is like the deluxe version of the game, which is different from the regular game only by like an addition of a gallery mode, a museum essentially, where you can dig about and just look at models. Also, it's kind of shit, because in there you can get into like an area where the game loads you into a specific cell, and then there's no way of getting out of there, because, you know, after 12 years of development, this game is still in development, I guess. Anyway, interesting here, a sign here is, in an emergency, use all windows as emergency exits. So, if the shit goes down, just fucking get out of here any way you can, really. Right, now we're going backwards with the cart, and the cart is, I don't know, it's either powered by the monorail we're on, or there's some engine that we can't see right now. It's able to propel itself on the rail, and you know, like I said, there's no really... Oh, now we're railing on top, so I don't know where would the engine be. Electrified rails, I guess the rail does provide power for the cart, so that's the mystery solved. Also, do you know about the relativity of motion? Because the cart is moving, and I'm just jumping up, and I'm not going, well, I'm not ordering Gordon to go backwards, only it's just that, you know, the cart is moving, and as long as you're touching it, you're going with it. If you won't be touching it, you'll be left behind, so there will be cart sections, so please do, in fact, keep all your fucking members inside of the cart, or else you'll be left behind and you'll possibly die as well. Very inclusive also. Coming back to the thing, I'll try to squeeze this in, I promise. Going back to the matter of this being a remake, and there are liberties taken. In the original, obviously there were NPCs that you can talk to and, you know, interact in order to progress, but also there were no women. And here, in this Half-Life 1 remake on Source Engine, there are actually women scientists models implemented, also voiced as well, so there's double that work, because, you know, inclusivity, but no one says that either of them is gay or none of them is non-white. We're also 27 by the events of Black Mesa, and some time has passed between Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2. I'm again guessing 20 years, so maybe we're 47 in Half-Life 2, or maybe we're still 27 because we haven't changed one iota. And here, new particle effects. I mean, new compared to the source engine used, or whatever engine used in the first game, because obviously, right, only 20 years of development, well, 20 years of technological improvements overall. Clearance level 3 is what we've got. That's very nice, I guess. Oh yeah, the referral program. But anyway, so here at the top of the screen, you're gonna see a gameplay. And the problem is with this game is that since day one, as soon as this game came out, you could fucking notice that the controls are kinda strange. What's strange about them was, oh look, the God race. Right, so anyway, what's weird about the control is that it was relying on crouch jumping. It was relying on crouch jumping. Here in the tutorial section of the original game, you can see the character presents the obstacle course and requires you to use regular jump. And when you've got regular jump, it means that it has to be useful in some way. One way or another, it should provide you with some functionality. Then on top of that, again, normally, well, then on top of that, you just have the crouch jump, right? And that's fine, you can reach higher places. That's fine, but what's not fine is when they start taking artistic liberties with the remakes, and we're gonna go into those eventually. So the idea is they decided, so the first game obviously had the crouch jumping, and that allowed you to get into places, right? But they say, oh hey, there's the J dude, who knows. But anyway, we're gonna meet him over and over, as the Half-Life's idea is. Oh look, this guy is dying of radiation poisoning. That's funny. Right. Oh, we're already here. So anyway, the remakers, the developers of this remake decided that crouch jumping is so fun and so essential and so iconic to Half-Life 1 that they made regular jump fucking useless. Fucking useless! Remember when we played Half-Life 2 and when you were able to jump over a fucking table? Yeah, in this game, you're essentially unable to. In this game you need to use crouch jump all the time, making the function of jumping useless, redundant, pointless. What's worse? Let me step out of the cart. What's worse? At the beginning, well, in the earlier versions of the game, what you were able to do, would it be in bindings? Let me see. There it is. Found it. So in the original game, all you had is the crouch jump, and if you were clever, you could go, well, clever. If you were fucking annoyed at the stupid idea, you could go out into the wild internet and learn that there are console commands that you can input and change your jumping statistics parameters. And you can just input a code, a command, and off you go. When they making the game work as intended, essentially having regular jump that fucking does shit, and also crouch jumping if you really want to reach those high, difficult to reach places. And you know, it's not game breaking that you can circumvent invisible barriers to progress the game in an unintended way, I don't think. But again, you decided to balance the game around crouch jumping exclusively. So there might be places where I'll be able to just regularly jump. But anyway, back then you could just input a command. Now I tried to input the command to see if everything works fine, and guess what? It fucking didn't. But the devs got your back. Here's an option to always crouch jump that you can just turn on to yes. And then when you've got your jetpack, you'll always be doing the long jumps, because you will always be crouching when jumping. So that double fucks you over. And we're gonna be going into this, I guess, now. So yeah. Plot is happening, let's...
Barney's been pretty scarce around these parts.
Yeah! Who the fuck is Barney?
His bar tab must have finally caught up with him.
Right, we still haven't learned who Barney is. I don't know which security officer in the game would be Barney that I learned about from from Half-Life 2, and well,
Put some pep in that step, Freeman. You're late enough
some
as it is.
right, I am. I'm half an hour late, and it's 8:47 in the morning, and we're gonna go over that eventually as well.
Man, you cut the ponytail.
Yeah,
Sellout.
exactly. Gordon, shame on you. You're just 27. You had to cut your ponytail to, I don't know, work at Theoretical Physics Institute with blast doors. Come on now. Anomalous materials.
Dr. Cross for me.
Right, who's Dr. Cross? They don't really wear name tags. Again, there were two models of characters. Einstein, well,
Had a
maybe
system
three.
crash about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess.
Right,
There were
so
also
as soon as you
some
get my
problems
email,
down
let me
in the
know.
Test chamber too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Right, they've got the problem in the test chamber. The problem is we're not there, and we were supposed to be there for half an hour now.
Freeman, report to Anomalous Materials Test Lab immediately.
I wonder if they were broadcasting that message all the time, or did they finally got the message that I'm here and they decided to send that memo out now for us to, you know, get where we need to be going. Otherwise, you know, because they might not have known that, well, they obviously known that we're late, but they might not have known that we've just arrived. So they were, or when would we arrive? So they were just going at it over and over again.
I'm expecting an important message.
Oh, do you? Right, so there you have it. You've got the Windows XP silver theme on Windows and the chat window. Also, I'm blowing up the window with the chat up for you and for myself really as well to read up, because I'm sure it's funny. Yeah, let's try to chatting instead of him. Stop me.
Go use another computer.
Oh well, finally. I wonder if I managed to send any message as this guy. Anyway, what's his name? Are you Dr.
Not
Cross?
for idle chatter, Gordon.
Right, that's why you're hanging out in the lobby, tapping away in a chat room with Mr. Einstein. Also, yeah, those pictures use the old original game models. So yeah, original game models had like 3 scientists. One of them were Einstein, the other was Isaac Clarke. Clarke? That's a different scientist and different engineer in different space opera. What is it? Game and universe. Isaac. What was his name? Kleiner, of course. Isaac Kleiner. Right. There's this first female scientist we can talk with. So she says hello. Let's say hello back.
This is going to have to wait, Gordon.
Yeah, you don't have time for me to saying hello back to you?
You'll just have to wait until after the test.
Yeah, sure. If you say so. I'm gonna pester you still.
Can this wait?
Really? Yeah, it can. It's not like Gordon really has anything to say. Anyway, being in the test chamber when we're not available. Hey, you know about that?
It's happening!
Emergency! Evacuate the building! I can't do the test, we need to go.
Come on, Gordon. What are you trying to do? Get me into trouble?
I'll get myself out of work, essentially, I'm pretty sure.
We had a little accident up here, sorry.
Yeah, well, that better be the last accident you have today. Understood?
Huh. Little does he know.
Gordon?
It's fine, don't worry, soon enough you won't have work. Possibly you won't even have a life. Consider.